Man, what's up? You're back with That's Law, the podcast. I'm your boy, Will, the underdog Richardson here, letting you know one thing and one thing for certain, baby.
What's that, baby?
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Live and in color.
Oh, I am your lovely co-host, LaTanya.
And I'm Derek.
Man, shit, Munchie.
Munchie. We're back.
Munchie, Munchie.
Nah,
Boy,
I'm gonna keep it cool today.
Look.
I'm not gonna do too much today.
No.
It's first time back in a long time. I want to be.
welcome
hey,
back.
just tear it up. Just tear the whole set up.
We just gonna chill.
Hey, look, there's a lot of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
So this show really doesn't have a topic. I guess once we get it back edited, then we will create a topic based on what we talked about because there's so much to talk about.
I know something I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk about?
Today is what Thursday, June 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies for picking up Zach. I was really shocked.
Zach Edey.
Yes, I was really shocked. I was sitting there the whole time like we got the ninth pick. Or what was it, ninth pick?
It was the
12th pick?
Ninth pick.
Ninth
Yeah,
pick
ninth
somewhere.
pick. Yeah.
So we got the ninth pick.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need a big man.
Right.
And then finally, like we get on the clock, and I'm like, we picked Zach from Purdue.
Well, everybody wanted Zach, but it's just that the Grizzlies make bad decisions from upstairs. So it was like, it finally happened. They finally got it right.
They finally got it right. I mean, you got to think about Jared Jackson.
Right.
If Zach can come in and give a little bit,
All he has to do is like play defense and rebound.
that's it.
Yeah.
Kick the ball out to our brother Ja
Yeah, Ja. Yeah.
and let Ja pave the way.
It's going to be very interesting. It almost made me pick the phone up and call Jordan and get season tickets.
Wow.
I was that close. I was like,
It's not
I don't
too,
know about
it's not
season
too
tickets.
late.
I just want
it's not too late, but see, my thing is they might trade them out, and then I've been about season tickets, then they pick up somebody that like a point guard and be like,
Yeah.
why we need another point guard for?
Bronny James.
Oh, no.
We're not getting him anyway.
He wasn't even at the,
Well, he knew he wasn't going to get picked in the first round, but today
today he going to get picked.
they saying that he going to the Lakers today.
I think that's awesome.
I think it's like a storybook written, a story, a fairy tale that came true,
Yeah.
right?
It's awesome, and he only scored 5 points.
It
in
Man,
college.
it don't matter, man.
matter.
It don't matter. The man.
Something
So,
now has
the
been
man-
done that has never been done before.
Okay.
And yes, we know that
Okay.
he got the hookup.
It's
Okay.
nepotism at its
Yeah.
finest.
And that's cool because sometimes favor is not fair.
Right.
But
Right.
he's not going to be a superstar in the NBA.
Nobody said that.
And if they just want him to play along with his dad, then they
Yeah.
It's
Dad,
like
you know, he
Ken
pulled
Griffey
pull those strings.
and Ken Griffey Jr. Right.
it was Ken Griffey, and then Ken Griffey Jr. was much better than Senior was ever.
Okay, it just so happened that senior's better than junior. That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay.
And here's
I
the
can-
thing
I can-
that makes it fun, right? Because that's the thing that's been talked about for like 4 or 5 years. How long LeBron gonna play? He ain't gonna retire until his son play on the same court with him.
Okay.
That was 5 years ago talking.
Mm-hmm.
Now we here, and it's about to happen. I think that is freaking awesome because so many people have dreams and fantasies in life, and they never come to fruition. And to speak that and then actually be able to witness that and do that, like when tip-off hit,
Well, hell, the only reason
that's ESPN. I don't know. He must be Bronny James got drafted.
No, that actually wasn't my phone.
Oh,
Yeah. But here's the thing.
ain't my phone.
Here's the thing. If it had been just an ordinary dream or a fantasy to come true, would have been more special. But by it being really almost a bought selection, like I put the money up for my son to get drafted, please. Then what it tells you is in this world you need money in order to make dreams become
Absolutely.
reality.
I ain't gonna argue with you on
That's
that,
it.
bro.
That's
I'm
it.
trying
If
to
you
tell
want to go to
you.
Disney World and that's your dream,
Yeah, you
gotta
gotta
buy a
have some
ticket.
money.
You gotta buy a
You
ticket.
gotta have some money. Hey,
You
Speaking
can pull
of
up to
this-
the before you even get to the park. You got to get a parking space,
and that costs money.
and that costs money.
Unless you get an Uber, they charge Ubers to come on there. And everything.
Right, it might do.
Y'all heard about Disney now? You can pre-order your time in line years prior.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
That
Yeah.
is cool.
yeah.
I was just talking about Disney.
Man,
and I was like,
man.
okay.
Could you
Kind
imagine?
of sucks though at the same time though. Really.
It really don't though, because there's nothing like going to Six Flags or to a music park and nobody's there, and you get a chance to ride all the rides like 3 times.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like.
So you
it's
skip
usually a
everybody to
big
be
pack.
like, I booked this 2 years ago.
I know, you know what I'm saying. My slot right here, man. I ride this ride at 2:00.
It may work, it may not. What happens if it rained that day, and then they get bagged up? See, I
You know, with
witnessed that.
Disney, they don't care if you bought those tickets and it rained, and you're.
I'm talking about.
You better watch Mickey Mouse wet.
You better do it.
So went to Gaylord in during December during Christmas time, and they had the little ice or whatever, and so you have time slots that you purchase. Well, it stormed bad. It was like a tornado that came through.
Right.
Back in December, I don't know if y'all remember that or not. And so when the tornado went away, you know, people were like, okay, I got my tickets for today. Like, how do we do this? It was so unorganized because they never expected.
They never
anything.
expected. They didn't have
so
a game plan for that.
so something like that might have you been and bought your tickets in advance, and then a storm happened, and you'd be like, man, how? No, it's gonna be 4 hours before you can come back. It'd be more like 6 instead of 2. And you got
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
yeah. So you gotta be careful buying stuff in advance.
That's real downer type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Whoever get that, that's kind of like, it's like, you gotta have bad luck to get some treatment like that, man. You know what I'm just saying? I'm thinking positive for everybody who books their stuff in advance like that. You know what I'm saying?
All right, plan your trip in advance.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more organized that way. At least you know I need to be at this ride at this time and this place. But that's not me. I'm very spontaneous. So I'm like, let's just walk the park and whatever we come in contact with, that's what we find, you know.
Boy, ain't nothing like standing in that line. Somebody walk past you and you like, where they going? Oh, they got the special.
Ooh, they do something to you.
And then they put another 30 minutes on your time.
Because you're being cheap. But they really raping people with that, right?
Yeah,
Because,
they
you know what I'm
are.
saying? The experience supposed to be like, hey, first come, first serve.
serve.
Now they like, well, you know, you can get in the park, but, you know, I got the hookup over here. You give me another $100,
Yeah,
you can skip the line.
yeah.
Kind of like,
So
Gotta have
hold on,
somebody.
wait a minute. So what Chris Brown is doing right now, charging women $1,100 to take a picture with him, is that crazy?
depends on how bad you want a picture
If
with
you
Chris
want a
Brown.
picture with
So
him,
that's what I'm saying. Depends on how bad you want to not
Who
wait.
would, who would you pay $1,100 to take a picture with?
Man, I don't think there's anybody I pay $1,100 to take a picture with.
Really?
Nope,
yeah.
nope. I don't have one.
No. What about you?
Chris Brown.
You pay $1,100?
Yes, I would. Usher too. Sure would. Usher me, baby.
Yeah.
Could it grab your booty? Like,
No, he
can't
cannot.
grab my booty.
No, he cannot. If y'all want Chris Brown to keep singing, he better not do that. If y'all love Chris Brown, y'all better tell that man keep his head to himself.
No, he can't do that.
No.
is that not?
But that'd be
part of-
crazy though, right? You got a picture of your wife and Chris Brown on the wall in y'all house,
Because
and he grabbing her.
I mean, but
No.
isn't that part of entertainment?
Nah,
I don't need Chris Brown groping me.
So we gotta take a picture like this together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna take a picture like, you know.
Would you let your-
so he can put his arm around you?
I wouldn't mind him putting his
Yeah,
arm
that's
around
cool.
me.
That's cool. That's cool.
I mean,
That's cool. That's a regular picture.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
I do that with everybody. Hey, take a picture like
you
this.
take a picture like that.
But I,
You talking about grabbing body parts?
Is $1,100 too expensive to take a picture with Chris Brown?
I mean, it depends on that person's experience
Hey.
and what they want to do.
No one's he the one that brought that back? So who brought that back? It used to be a thing back in the day.
It did. You used to buy the VIP and you would get the picture with the
Yeah.
celebrity.
And the only reason why I'm saying Chris Brown, we talking catalog. We talking about things that are down the line. You're gonna be like, I saw it.
Yeah.
I take a
You can
picture for
always use that
$1,100.
music.
Well, who?
Sade.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
It's an icon. Stevie Wonder.
Icon.
Stevie Wonder.
Okay, I take one with Lauren
What
Hill.
what about
Lauren Hill.
No, I'm actually joking. I just, like I said yesterday, we found out that Lauryn Hill has the #1 album out of the top 100 best albums in the world.
I love it.
And I didn't know that the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was the #1 top 100 album.
It's a classic.
So
I have
now
that
that I know
album.
that, I probably would take a picture with her just because she has the top album.
It's a classic, bro.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah.
now her son is singing
He got that song.
Zion.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that song that
Check that out.
That song that bumping.
Banger.
Really? Okay. I listened to the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill yesterday. It might have sounded better 20 years ago, 40 years ago.
Nah, dog.
It was a few songs on there. I just cannot
All
believe
the
that tops Michael Jackson.
songs.
Thriller.
Yeah.
He made Thriller.
Yeah, Thriller. Well, when you think about, hold on, let me. My phone. I left my phone at the speakeasy. But if you look at, just run down the songs on Thriller. How many of them were bangers?
Yeah.
I think that
On the
Thriller
on the
album.
Thriller
okay,
album.
okay, okay.
Thriller
All right, I'm gonna pull it up. But
I ain't saying the Thriller wasn't cold. Thriller, the video, the whole thing that he did is genius. Is beyond
okay,
genius.
first song, "Wanna Be Starting Something."
That's a hit.
Yeah.
Second song, "Baby Be Mine." I have never heard that.
Now it's
I haven't even heard it.
it's
So
it's okay.
okay,
Okay.
so we skipping now.
So baby, be
Yeah.
mine.
So he
It's cool.
minus one.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
I got to give.
I'll get the.
So baby, be
Okay,
mine.
so that's number 2.
You
Number
remember?
3,
You remember that?
Number 3, "The Doggone Girl Is Mine."
The doggone girl is mine.
Paul
You remember
McCartney.
that?
Number 4, "Thriller."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thriller.
Thriller.
Number 5, "Beat It."
Yeah,
Number 6, "Billie Jean."
yeah,
Number 7, "Human Nature."
yeah,
Number 8, "PYT."
yeah,
And number 9, "The Lady in My Life."
yeah.
Dun, dun.
That's all on Thriller.
That's all on Thriller. That's 9 songs.
Jeez, I got goosebumps.
Okay, okay.
I got goosebumps when you
Okay,
read that.
all right. Lauryn Hill, the miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got intro. Okay.
You know what? You
Okay. I'm just saying. First
You
song
being
is
petty.
first song
You
is
said-
intro.
First
can't-
song intro.
The second
boy.
song is Lost Ones.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Third one is X Factor.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
banger.
That was a banger.
Lost ones. You don't
Lost Ones.
remember?
I do remember
Okay.
that. I remember Lost Ones too, but
Okay.
You just
I'm just.
I see
I'm
where
just-
you trying
I'm
to
just,
go.
I'm
trying
just
to compare it. Okay.
He trying to compare.
because y'all was in the mood when y'all were hearing all those. Okay. So number 4, "To Zion."
Yeah.
Number 5, "Doo-Wop."
Yeah.
I remember the walk.
6, "Superstar."
Mm-hmm.
7, "Final Hour."
Yeah.
8, "When It Hurts So Bad."
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9, "I Used to Love Him" with
Yeah.
featuring Mary J. Blige.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Forgive Them, Father.
I don't
Yeah.
know that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every
know
Ghetto, Every City.
I don't know that one.
I know
Okay.
it.
Nothing Even Matters.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing Even Matters.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
We know
Yeah.
that.
We
Yeah.
know that one.
Everything is Everything.
Yes.
Everything.
With the
is
record player when she's on the road. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Great
Okay.
video.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
That's the banger.
Okay. Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell Him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16 songs. Out of them 16, how many of them were like,
13.
okay, Michael Jackson had 9 out of 9.
It's 9 out of 9 with
It's
Michael Jackson.
9.
It's 9 out of 9.
9 out
How
of
is
9.
that?
I feel.
They
Okay.
didn't pick him.
He was number
Rest in-
2. He had the second
Okay.
album.
Second was
But-
somebody else.
So I
said-
want to meet Lauryn Hill now. Like
Rest in
that's the
peace.
only person I would take a picture with.
Rest in peace, Michael Jackson. Rest in peace, his soul. That man, he was cold, man.
Yeah.
He's cold.
Yeah.
He's cold. That's all I'm saying.
And also I want to say this. Not taking anything from Lauryn Hill.
Please no.
I'm not. She didn't even put out a second album.
She didn't have to
You know why?
because it was so cold.
Because she was not going to be able to outdo that one. You got to realize in order to have a number 1 album of like in the top 100, you at least had to have 2 so we can compare.
You can have a sophomore album.
You should have had a sophomore album.
But you can hit
Michael
it and
Jackson,
quit it.
Michael
Like-
Jackson had Off the Wall, Thriller. Then he had Bad, and all those albums could have been within the top 100.
But
it
some
was
of
that.
them. Some of them.
But can we say that after that album was dropped and all that stuff, didn't she move? She don't even
Yeah,
live
she
in the
did.
U.S.
She did.
anymore.
She
Did
gave up on music.
Bob
She
Marley.
stopped music.
She did the Marley son.
stopped
She
music.
got married. She became a wife.
Yeah.
And had some children.
Yeah.
And said, "I'm done."
I played it yesterday because, like I said, I never took the opportunity really to play through the whole deal. And I was like, this is a fabulous album. Like, it's a really good album.
You said
know?
her son named Zion, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the song she was talking about.
Yeah,
to
that's the
Zion.
song
okay.
she dedicated.
Okay. Okay. I just caught.
Yeah.
I just realized that. I just
now
realized
when
that
you
the
listen
dude
to that song, you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
that's the dude that manifested into today's time with the music. Yeah. See what I'm saying? It's all about manifestation, man. Believe it in something.
LeBron
man.
James
LeBron James. Go
Or
back
is it?
full
Or is
circle.
it because his mom?
She got some money.
She got some money. She got access
well,
to a
she,
studio.
yeah.
And
I mean, she got on his record
hurt-
now. It don't hurt that
It
that's
don't
your
hurt
mama.
that his granddaddy is Bob Marley.
Exactly.
But you got but let me say this. Let me say this to everybody under the sound of my voice. That's why it's important for you to be great so that your children and your grandchildren
Absolutely.
can have a head start.
Absolutely.
You can't hate the Marlins and Lauryn Hill for connecting and making this. You can't hate LeBron James for making
Nope.
Baby
Nope.
James. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
If you do what they did and spend time in your craft,
Yeah.
then one day your grandchildren, people will be saying, man, the only reason why he got a job because Will Richardson is his granddaddy. So what?
Right.
I put in that work.
I've heard that about a business here.
I put in that work.
In Memphis, and it's owned by 2 brothers, and they have expanded now. And for years, I would go in there, and they would be upset. The employees would be upset, like they just come in and just act like they own the place. I'm like, they do own the place.
They do own the
Yeah.
place.
They do own the place, and it's gonna be a certain way they're gonna walk in here. They don't even do this or do that. They don't have to do that
They
because
paying you to do
they
that.
pay. I've seen it.
But
Yeah.
the most important thing about business,
Okay.
and we just faced some of that stuff, you
Okay.
know, within our company. Yes, I hired a person to do a job, but I never allow a person to believe that they're the only ones that can do that job. Like some people start to feel themselves and begin to think like, oh, Will don't come to the office all the time. All he doing is try. You don't know what I'm doing, first of all.
Right.
But if you ever get concerned about what I'm doing and you're not doing what I'm paying you to do, then I'm going to remove you, and I can show you better than I can tell you that I can do that same exact job.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times, I remember one time, and I learned that lesson from this guy named Clay Godet. Clay Godet, you hear this right here? Shout out to Clay Godet. I work for a company, I can't think of the company's name right now. They're still in business though. They do like medical supplies. They ship medical supplies around the country.
Okay.
Worked in the warehouse. And Clay Godet would always come in suit and tie. You know what I'm saying? And he'd go to his office, and it's like a plantation almost, right? Because you got the warehouse out here with the doors raised up, hot as hell.
I've been there.
We on the forklifts, the motors from the forklift is adding to the heat, and you reminded that you just a worker because you can look up and it's a glass window up there. And these motherfuckers is in
said
the
a
AC.
plantation.
These motherfuckers is in the AC with suit and ties on, looking up
Staring down at
staring
you.
down.
I got one question. Did they put their hands on their hips?
They had it here, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So one day, everybody was like fed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, they got all these trucks coming in. They right here, man. Clay got this big ass up there, man. He don't do that but wear suit and ties and everything. And some kind of way to message, you know, because you always got Uncle Tom or some little,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying,
Somebody in your camp, little snake.
little snake trying to get a pay raise. Ain't gonna get no pay raise, by the way.
They
They went up there and said, Clay, they down there talking about you. And they saying you don't do nothing, you can't do nothing. Man, Clay came down there, John, and said, hey, I need everybody to get on the forklifts right now, start unloading these trucks. Like, psh. Then that fool took his suit off, unbuttoned his shirt, he had a tank top up on his junk, and hopped on the forklift and was rolling. I mean, he was pulling that shit out, scanning it. And I said right then, man, that's the reason why he up there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
He
saying?
didn't get up there
He
just-
didn't get up there,
just- man.
Yeah, man. He could do this job. And
So,
from that,
so Bronny James gonna do his job.
Brother gonna give you 5 points.
Yeah, he gonna.
Ronnie gonna do something.
But 5 points can win a game.
Yeah,
But they gonna work with him some more.
yeah.
I just think he should be a lot colder. See, my thing is, if your daddy LeBron James, and I don't know if it's illegal, and I'm sure you really don't care. Your daddy LeBron James, he played basketball his whole life. Since you've been a baby, you had a Nerf ball, you've been playing ball, you've been played in AAU. You can wake your daddy up in the morning and be like, you want to play one-on-one, and play against a guy who got
Championship.
championships.
MVP.
Skipped college and went straight. You got to be cold, man.
He should be.
Yeah.
You mean you do all that for 18 years and only score 5 points?
Yeah.
There you go. Hang your.
No, I don't say that.
I'll say that, man. Them ain't crazy.
Look, that's why I'm excited for the Grizzlies. I'm glad the Grizzlies.
How you sitting beside Jesus and can't turn the water into wine?
Man, sure they did sit beside and they couldn't do
They
it.
couldn't do it good.
Couldn't do it.
They didn't
Only
believe,
one.
Oh, they didn't believe they
Only
could.
one.
They didn't believe they could do it.
Maybe it's Bryce that's gonna do it. Now Bryce Cole,
The other.
yeah, the baby boy.
So you saying the baby
Bryce
boy
James.
got the juice?
Bryce J got the juice. Bryce J about 6'9", 13 years old or something. I don't know how old he is. But they gave that man something else. They gave him.
I'm just like,
They gave-
I'm just like, we just gonna hold the James hopes out.
I'm just saying,
holding
man.
out hope
Just
for the-
saying.
Yeah.
Bryce is cold.
So he gonna play with his brother. He ain't gonna play with his dad. By the time he get there, his dad gonna
You
be
know,
retired.
yeah, LeBron gonna be gone by then.
Bron gonna be gone. Because Bryce probably like he might be a sophomore in high school or something, junior in high school.
Okay. Yeah, he'll be gone.
Be gone.
Okay, yeah.
3 years from now, 3 or 4 years from now, Bryce will be in the NBA.
What's going on with the city of Memphis, man? How's the crime and everything?
Oh, well, you know, crime is still the same. It's but
That ain't funny.
nah, just no, seriously. So I was privy to go to a meeting, a community meeting on safety a lot of key officials there, and higher ups in our police department. They are doing a good job, and based upon the data that they showed us, crime is down like 3%. Now that's not a lot, but that's a movement. It's better than being up 3%.
Yeah, it's a start.
Start.
You know,
Now, one of the reasons why is because they had this data really scared me. They showed you data for like a month, 3 months, 6 months out, showing you that the majority of these crimes occur at this time on this day. Yeah. He was like, so if you in this, I ain't gonna say no communities, because you know what I'm saying. If you in this community on Tuesday between 10 and 12, you probably shouldn't be there, because that's when like 85% of the crime happens.
Yeah,
so
I believe
it.
it.
Crazy. They got a lot of data.
But I believe that though, because they say like, I think it's between like 2 o'clock to like 4 o'clock in the morning is the darkest time of the day.
Right.
And so all we're saying is the freaks come out at night.
They do.
Yeah.
Crime do happen in the daytime, but for the most part, you're more likely to be a victim of some type of crime.
If you out late at night, it's the cover of darkness, right?
Right.
You walk down the street in the middle of the night.
But do you know, see, here's the thing, not just in Memphis, but in America, there's a violent crime that happens every 23 seconds.
Right. That's scary.
Every 23 seconds in the United States, there's a violent crime that happens. Not a murder.
Not a murder, but a violent crime.
A violent crime.
So you know what a violent crime is? Give me an example of a violent crime.
Somebody stealing somebody's car.
That's not violent.
That's not violent.
No, because you're not being harmed.
Okay, I would just you caught me off guard.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's a good answer.
Somebody gets stabbed.
That's violent crime.
Yeah.
Violent crime is also like intimidation or terrorism. Like, maybe I pull a gun out on you.
Yeah.
That's a violent crime. That's
yeah.
a violent crime. But you really don't want you don't want to have a gun pulled on you.
No, you sure don't.
That's a very, very scary feeling at that point.
It is.
Traumatized.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing.
But
So
go ahead.
that's the thing about violent crimes, like things like that, assault, domestic violence, those are violent crimes, threats are violent crimes. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
That's a violent crime.
Yeah.
So, it's
Every
23 seconds. So if you have not experienced that today, you are blessed.
Yeah.
You been violated today?
No, I have
Well,
not.
you good.
I was almost violated earlier today, but we ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah.
I was almost violated today. Had to bring it down a little bit. I said, hey, look, bring it down a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we were we were traveling this week, and we got a chance to travel to Nashville and Chattanooga. Man, Nashville is still growing.
Man, I love
it's
Nashville.
crazy. It's
I do
crazy. It's
too.
crazy.
Man.
I love it to visit. I don't want to live there because it's just like the traffic and everything. Is just
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna tell you
Too
why I would love to live in Nashville.
Why?
It's the central hub for Tennessee. So Tennessee has so many other beautiful places to visit.
Right.
And you're smack right in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So coming back this way, you're like what, 2.5, maybe 3 hours.
Yeah.
Going back towards east, you're about 2.5, 3 hours, like from Knoxville, Chattanooga, things of that nature.
Yeah.
I was there last week. Was it last week? I was there last week as well, and I went hiking and found some beautiful waterfalls. I'm like, you can't. Yeah, you probably had to go to Little Rock. High Springs,
High
somewhere
Springs,
like
yeah.
that to see something like that.
No,
So,
Tennessee got a lot of beautiful areas.
Yeah.
I was telling Tanya today, like we got the situation up in Mountain City.
yeah.
I can't wait to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mountain City is one of them places when you driving through, you just want to cut the radio out, roll the windows down, fresh air, just like picturesque scenery. Like God took his time with just a pen and just was like,
beautiful.
it's just beautiful. Yeah. It's also very racist there.
Yeah.
And last time I was in Mountain City, I was at a client's home, and it was about 4 or 5. It had to be in the fall because it started to get a little dark. Sun was going down. And she said, Mr. Richardson, you a real nice guy. I said, well, I appreciate that. She said, you drove way out here to see me? She like, yeah. She like, where you staying at? I said, Johnson City, which is about an hour and 5-minute drive from Mountain City. Because the speed limit like 35 through these woods and stuff, this national forest. And she said, well, you're a real good guy. And if I was you, I wouldn't be around here when the sun go down. People change around here at night. I said, ma'am.
Nice to meet
I
you.
said, ma'am, thank you, man. Grab my backpack, man, put my computer back in that joint, zipped it up. Boy, I got in that truck. I ain't looking in the rear view mirror.
All that.
I ain't been back since. It's been about 13 years ago.
You
I
should
ain't
have
been
checked the back seat and make sure nobody
Put a bag over your head. Oh man, but it's
wow.
crazy that that type of stuff still exists, you know, in our country, but
Right.
Tennessee
Yeah, it does.
especially, man. You know
Right,
what I'm saying? It's
right.
just insane. But she was kind enough to tell me because I probably know me. I'm just real, you know.
You would have stopped at one of them diners and come back outside and your car
Yeah.
would crank up.
Crank up, yep.
We'll
you know what I'm
type
saying?
just be out.
And
I'm
then-
gonna step outside and stretch and all of that.
And then they'll tell you, sorry,
Oh no, good.
no,
Go ahead.
sorry, we don't have a hotel here, a motel here. We ain't got nothing but a small Airbnb.
No, we ain't going for that. That's that movie Strangers. Look, y'all, we'll be back in 1 second after this break on That's Law the Podcast. And we're back with That's Law the Podcast. During the break, met one of my childhood, like, I guess, celebrities.
Your childhood crush.
No, wasn't no crush. Wasn't a crush.
That what they finna sound you finna say.
No, did it. No, did it.
Okay.
Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, man. Just met him, man. That's pretty cool. Cause I've been watching him since I was 5 and 6 years old on Channel 5 wrestling on Saturday morning.
Very energetic. And can check. He was
And
up
can
there
check-
checking us.
Checking us for real, man. Man.
What do you call us?
The U-Haul brother.
The U-Haul, bro.
He said,
He said, "What am I in a wedding?"
"Yeah, no, wedding, what y'all doing, man?"
Gonna be a tag team now.
He said tag team, and I got the cab driver right there. I'm the cab
the
driver.
valet.
Valet.
And so now we come up with a podcast. We owe Jimmy Hart some money called the U-Haul.
The
Bro.
U-Haul
The
brothers.
U-Haul
He
brothers.
said because if you saw us wrestling at the U-Haul up out of there, I started slapping just like that. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Right down there.
Started slapping.
I
He
know,
probably
right?
you.
Come up here. Oh,
Somebody come up here now and y'all
off
get
the,
you.
off the
We'll
couch.
start walking in there like he was
rapper.
Jerry Lawler.
I
So
mean,
Like I was handsome Jimmy Valiant.
And he had a story for everything.
Yeah, man, it's pretty
that's
cool.
wonderful.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
I mean, he's part of like the
Wrestling history.
Man.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. Yeah, Hall of Fame.
sure.
Man.
and still working. That's
Still
an
working,
awesome
man.
thing,
Working.
man.
And still look the same.
Still
80 years
is.
old.
Yeah, sure
Mine
is.
still look the same.
Good.
It's crazy.
I wish we could show y'all the picture right now.
Crazy.
Man,
We'll
look the same.
post it.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Goodness.
Wow. Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
We back.
I just hope that at 80 years old.
I'm glad I ain't
get
had to pay $1,100 for that picture.
No, that's something I've been like, nah, that's a no for me. That's a no for me. That's a no for me.
I'm sorry. Good. That was a good one.
Derek on one
That was
today,
good. That was
Thank
good.
you, man.
That's
Derek
good.
on one
That was
today.
good.
Thank you. Still hadn't found nobody up here.
Like I said, Sade, Stevie Wonder. What about Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Yeah.
You said make sure I was still real.
Yeah, make sure you're being real.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
The Moondogs.
Nah. I was scared of that. I was scared of that. I was scared of them.
So,
All right. Come on now.
so people, and I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying? Very, very grateful that people.
Oh, where you going? Because I'm going somewhere.
Okay. I'm very grateful that people view LaTanya and our relationship as an example in the community, and people always tell us, hey, we want. Thank you, far too kind. And so, people always ask, like, hey, how can I find a guy like Will? How can I find a woman like LaTanya? And so we were just brainstorming while we were on the road, and we were like, hey, why don't we try to find 10 men and 10 women who are seriously interested in dating with the intent on getting married or the desire to be married, and do speed dating and put them in the same room at the speakeasy for an intimate, private speed dating session, right?
And then we took it a step further and say, hey, we're going to create this survey.
Yeah, because I mean,
You have to find qualifications, right?
Qualification.
And I was just going to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, Will, like about the intentions of being married, dating. I think if you're dating, that's what you should be. The intent should be, unless it's what other reason would you be dating other than the intent to be to
Just
Some people
just
don't want
hanging
to
out.
be
Just
married.
hanging
okay,
out.
so
They just want to hang out. And
so is that considered dating, just hanging out?
dating and companionship.
Companionship.
I don't think companionship and hanging out is dating. I think we just hanging out and just chilling.
Right,
I don't think it's
right,
dating.
right. Well-
Dating is me picking you up, maybe getting out the car, open your car door for you, holding the door.
Courtship.
Man, if we just companion and just kicking it, I might open the door for you. I may not, cause we just cool. You know what
What's
I mean?
the
You my dog.
so we did this survey,
Okay.
Okay.
and I was just looking for 10 men and 10 women, and we were gonna kind of screen, and find the right combination of people based on age and preferences to be together.
Right.
The problem is that I got like 85 responses from women and only 3 responses from men.
Right.
So it's like, is it because there are more women than men, or is it because more women desire to be married than men, or have men just lost hope in the whole dating process? Don't even want to be bothered with it.
And then let's take it a step further. So on last night, after the music, Will talked about how we had put the information on social media. There were a majority of men on last night, and he said, well, I only have so many men, and I know for a fact we have single guys in here. Still, no one was interested.
Nah,
Hey.
nah, they don't want to date. I don't know if it's that, if they don't want to date, or maybe they were kind of. Can you be embarrassed that you are single?
Would you want to come to another man and say, hey, can you connect me with someone? Is that it?
I can see that. I've never been ashamed of that. If I wanted to meet somebody and maybe somebody, like, hey, introduce me, cool. I do believe but this is opened up to a whole different, to what age range? Any age range?
It was any age range. We never limited the age range on the post.
Okay.
But what I found is the ages have been between the ages of like 35, 34, I think it's the youngest. 34, oldest is about 60.
Yeah. And on the questionnaire, we asked how old and how young they would be willing to date.
Okay. So I think, because I really believe people from the age of 18 to about 30, 35 feel like, I don't need to go no speed dating. This is for people
Yes.
that maybe have crossed that path where it's almost no hope. It's almost to the point where you're gonna be at the house by yourself.
What?
Seriously, no, I'm serious. And I think that men deal with reality a little bit better than women. I think women kind of live in a fantasy that the Princess and the Frog, things of that nature it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for me, girl. This year is my year. You see it all the time on social media where women be like, 2024, I'm gonna have a baby. I'm gonna get married. I'm gonna have a house.
Yeah, I
a
see
car.
that stuff.
And I don't never see no guy do that.
Right.
Because men don't live into that lane. We live into reality. We like, hey, I'm 42 years old. I've been married. I got 2 kids. Okay, what's my probability of getting married again? Do I want to date young, or do I want to date my age, or even do I want to date older? And sometimes I think as men, we be like, is it even worth it? Like, to go back through all this, especially if you went through a bad divorce or went through a lot of child support and things of that nature. So women, I love women. And the reason why I love them is because they don't mind jumping back into the game and saying, let's get this thing back going. Men, and I think a lot of women don't think that men have like hurt and pain that we deal with. So some guys will be like, man, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why the numbers are lower than women, because women really be like, I'm gonna find them this year.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's really nobody to find.
Right. That's what I'm finding right now. That's the sad part. I was like, got a lot of women out here that I mean, and I applaud those women that were like,
Absolutely.
like
Yeah,
like
for real.
yeah, like I'm interested in this survey. I want to see what's going on.
And the guys, the three, you said you got three?
Three guys.
Three men that came forward, and it's like, I want to, if it wasn't for Fat Charlie, I probably would have been on it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I desire that. But I talked to a lot of men, and it is,
You still can be on that, bro.
no, I don't want to be on that.
But even out of the 3 men, in my opinion, 2 of them still didn't deserve to be on there. We talking about being for real, talking about you want a wife for real. The behavior doesn't display that. So you just getting on there because it's just 60 women.
Yeah, you just out here trying to see what's
It's
going
not
on.
for real.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and that's the part that's really sad because I know a lot of women are like, I want to be married, but you just can't get married. You got to find the right person
Yes.
to get married to.
And,
That's so true.
And you have to really think about decisions that you make. I talk to women, they think that they can just leave one man, cut them off, and have another one tomorrow just because they have a vagina. It doesn't work that way. You got to find a man. See, any man would date and take a woman out, but is he begging you to be his wife? You don't have men actively begging you to be their wife. I got plenty of guys I talk to. Oh, okay, cool. How many of them are trying to marry you? You hear this right here? If it's gonna play, it ain't gonna play. Man, I want the cricket sound.
Crickets.
It's crickets. So to find truly eligible bachelors, that is harder than what it sounds like, because your DM will fool you. A woman can post a picture of herself and she'll just be looking beautiful, and you'll have 10, 15 guys saying, hey, I want to take you out. Hey, I want, man, they ain't trying to.
I think women
So
know
do you
that,
think
though,
that-
right?
I don't believe that.
Does it?
Because they're going to choose one of them.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Women, okay, go ahead.
Because you said something about the inbox. So you don't think if someone inboxes someone that it could lead to something exclusive or even marriage?
I never said.
Because, you know, people have certain, you know, everybody isn't that old way of dating.
Right. It's gone.
It's gone.
So that's a good point.
A barrier in communication.
That's a good point. And that's the reason why we have so much confusion when it comes down to dating, is because back in the days you would have to go somewhere and go out and to meet someone. Now we can just pick our phones up and download dating apps. We can get on social media and things of that nature, and it causes a lot of confusion because you may be with somebody that you really care about, but when you got this device in your hand and you like, damn, she fine too. Shit. Let me.
Yeah.
And now you're talking to her, or, oh, he said I look nice in my dress. The guy I'm with didn't even notice that I even had changed my hair. He noticed. And then it's a bunch of confusion.
Right.
Yeah.
So back in the days, and that's why we
But we're not back in the day.
So that's the thing. Why can't we shut this off? You know, I be down at the bar a lot, and I see women just on their phone doing this all day long.
It drives me crazy.
You know what that means?
What's that?
You're unapproachable. Because how can a man walk up to you and say anything
and disrupt you?
And you got your phone? I don't know if you're working on something, but 9 times out of 10, you probably just on social media, on TikTok, going through this. Put this motherfucker up.
Like you not engaged in the atmosphere.
Man, so, and it's just so I can see why.
I think that social media has done a doozy on our generation and the generation behind us. And, and you know, unfortunately now our grandson has a tablet. You know, you want him to have a tablet to be able to FaceTime.
And technology is good.
And
It can be.
Yeah.
But he on there playing Subway Surfers. You know what I'm saying? I know.
I love that game.
I know I love Subway Surfers. You know what I'm saying? When he said it the other day, and he was telling her, he got like a little crazy little Florida accent coming on. Okay. So he was like, yeah, I've been playing my game, and I was playing Subway Surfers. And I said, what? He said, what sulfur? And he said, Subway Surfers. And I said, Subway Surfers? I said, oh, man, and guess what I did? I downloaded it.
You got me over here like, I'm
got downloaded.
I'm about to download in a few minutes. I forgot all about it.
He said, I got to find it, Daddy.
Yeah.
I got to find the OG's Subway Surfers. And I was like, So he on Subway Surfers, but then that turns into other stuff, and he
it
becomes
also
disengaged.
right, disengaged. So social skills are gone. We don't even talk anymore. We text. You got people that tell you that I'm a texter, not a talker. No, we need to communicate. We need to talk. Texting is not no form of formal communication.
If we get in an
It's
argument, we're gonna be texting each other.
Right, and then you can misinterpret what
What's
I'm
being
saying
said
on a
by
text
text.
message.
Exactly.
I could say something like, I don't know, but I've read messages. I'm like,
It could be
what the-
something as simple
what-
as "I'm not hungry."
Yeah, and be like,
You mean you're not hungry?
Yeah, but-
I took it the wrong way because you said I'm not hungry right now.
I've done that through text messages. I'm like,
It happens.
let me put the phone up and call. I don't even talk to women that tell me I'm a texter, not a talker.
You can't really trust that
I'm
person.
like, I'm good.
Because I think that people on both ends, whether it's male or female,
Male or female.
they tell you they're a texter, not a
Yeah.
talker. They
Red
they
flag.
in an environment where they cannot talk.
Right.
Because why wouldn't you want to talk to this person?
Well, and if you are a texter over talking and you don't have anything going on, you are socially awkward.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because when you get in public, you're just going to be quiet. You
You'll be
really
quiet.
can't say anything.
Yeah. Man, fuck that. Leave that alone.
Yep.
Y'all should have had that on there. Are you a texter or a talker?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
'Cause, man, we need to
Well,
talk.
you know what we were gonna do? We were gonna have different questions to kind of, start conversation.
Yeah.
And we're going to bring all that into
Conversation
play because
starters.
there's going to be phases in this dating thing.
Yeah, it's not just gonna be fly by night. But we went from wanting 10 to now I was telling Will,
Can we get 5?
dang, 5? Right. Can we get 5? Can we get 5? 5 eligible,
Qualified.
qualified, vetted.
Yeah.
Men that's got their hand up saying, yes,
Yes.
I want to be married.
I want to
Yes.
be married. Right. Like I said, if it wasn't Fat Charlie, I would be.
So you want to be married again?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to be married.
That's good.
Yeah. I think marriage is a good thing. I mean, you find a whole lot of like favor. I mean, the Bible says it
A
itself.
man that
Yeah.
finds a wife
Yeah.
finds a good
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
and finds favor
But
in the Lord.
I would rather sleep on top of a roof before I be in a house with a woman that's crazy as I don't know what.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's got to be.
Yeah, it's gotta make
because
sense.
I enjoy my peace more than companionship.
Yeah, peace
Yeah.
is valuable.
Peace is
Peace
valuable.
is
It is.
valuable.
It's
It's priceless, really.
It's
It is.
yeah.
It is
Gotta have
priceless.
peace.
Right? You got to have peace. So
On both sides.
On
Yeah,
both
on
sides.
both sides.
But that's the thing. You should be creating for both parties. Like
Yeah.
I should create peace for you. You should create peace
yeah.
for me.
That's
So
it.
so it's like this saying I heard this minister say on Facebook. He said that his wife had long hair, but it was it was getting kinky because she didn't have the right tools. So he was like, she came home. She's like, I really need this comb that costs this amount of money so I can comb my hair straight, you know what I'm saying, so it won't be all matted and kinky. And he said, well, I'm working as much as I can. I could sell I need a new watch. I got to go buy a watch because watches is how I make my money keeping on time. So he couldn't afford the watch and she couldn't afford the comb.
Okay.
So he went and took the money that he had and went and bought the comb for her instead of the watch. And when he got home, he realized that his wife had cut her hair. And he said, hey, what you cut your hair for? I bought you the comb. She said, I cut my hair to make money to buy you the watch.
That's right.
That's the type of relationship
Yeah.
that you have to
Have.
to be successful. That
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
both trying to outdo each other to create that peace and that
Absolutely.
happiness.
And
Yeah.
and you cannot be scared. If you came out of something that was not good,
You gotta let that go.
you gotta let that go. You cannot charge that other person that you're just now meeting.
Or you just don't even need to date.
Or
at
you don't
that
need to
point.
date
You need
at
to
that
put it on
point.
pause.
You need to put it on pause.
If you're not ready, don't go out.
But I would tell women, don't put it on pause too long. How long you gonna wait?
until I heal. Until I
You
heal.
gotta heal, though.
man. But here's the thing: if you're 40-something years old and you talking about something, I'm gonna sit out the game for another 3. Shit.
But the healing process, though, you want me to come in?
You
You don't want
I
you don't
tell-
want her to come in at 43, 42, and not
She
be.
ain't gonna last no way.
Okay, but here's the thing: by now, you've gotten your heart broken before, and you know how to go through the healing process.
Each heartache is different, though, right?
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
I think it
all
just
of them
depends
same.
on how long
Really?
you have been
all of them
involved with someone.
Yeah.
If it's the
I think all the
being
same.
involved with
Yeah,
somebody a
yeah.
year and somebody for 10 years, that's a different type of situation.
Right.
Okay, so
In my
Right.
this is my opinion. So being punched is one thing. Being knocked out is something different.
Right.
Yeah.
So the recovery time may take
Need
a
a
little
little bit.
longer,
A little
Right.
longer.
but the boxer still gets back in the ring. A boxer
sure.
don't sit out the ring for 3-4 years talking about I'm still healing.
No, he come back,
Man,
he
but you
out.
come back,
He
you're
out.
not gonna be the same. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you gotta
So,
learn from it. You can't go back in doing the same
doing the
technique.
same thing, and right, you got to be a
You
smarter
got to keep your
boxer.
guard up.
Yeah.
You got to
Yes.
keep your guard up, but don't guard yourself to the point where you so unavailable not to be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be vulnerable because you still got to test him out to see how he's swinging. You're like, okay, I see that one. I'm using this as a boxing analogy,
Mm.
but to keep your guards up all night,
You can't throw a punch.
you can't throw a punch. You're still gonna
You're
lose.
gonna lose the match.
Still gonna lose the match because you're not throwing in.
I
The
like
punches.
that, brother.
I'm just
I like
saying.
that. I like
That's good
that. That's
stuff,
good stuff. That's good stuff, there, Marsha.
Yeah, so you got
Mess
to
me up
help
with that one.
somebody.
Yeah, for real.
Get your guard down.
Put your guard down a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
And
But when you see the breadcrumbing and the red flag,
you gotta go. You gotta go.
But
but
people
what
don't
ends
leave.
up happening
But
a
people
lot
don't
of
leave.
times with us women, emotionally attached. I know we lied. I know this. I know that. But
You cannot.
it's
be-
just stick and stay. And because you just
here it is again.
because
you-
it may be all these
we-
other things, so I'm just gonna stick. Even though you know, because deep down you know.
We've talked about this before. 6 months.
6 months. What?
6 months. If a man is not getting down on one knee, begging you to be his wife, not getting married, but at least saying that he wants to be engaged to you, everything after that is a waste of time.
Tanya, will you play that clip that you played for me with the dude telling the women
I sure can.
and thought about Derek with the 6 months?
Yeah.
I can play that.
And here's the thing: what are you gonna learn
Uh-huh.
about somebody in a year's time that you didn't know in 6 months or 2 years? You're always gonna be learning something. You know, I was over at mom and dad's house yesterday. They 59 for 49 years in this year. Was
Yeah.
it 49?
Yeah, 50
And,
next
and they
year.
and they walking around and not talking to each other.
Right.
So it's always gonna be something.
Yeah.
So you might as well go ahead and do it because they still learning each other in 49 years.
I don't think they learned it. I think they just know when to like, hey, I'm just not gonna deal with you right now.
Well, I mean, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it ain't like every day like we sunny all day long.
Oh, yeah.
So you're still learning. Go ahead, play the clip.
Only
I'm
folks
ready.
do that is me and Tanya.
I'm ready.
Hold on.
This gonna be interesting. You gonna be like, yeah.
Because one, we're gonna need to stop
Wait a
that with
minute.
the-
let me get on back. Let me get on back.
Take your time.
Get
We
on
good.
Okay, girl. If
Fair
you are
use.
someone who
Fair
goes
use.
with the flow in dating, then I'm gonna need you to listen up to me. Because one, we're gonna need to stop that with the quickness. Because, girl, you go with the flow, you're gonna drown. Titanic realness. And two, you get to control your love life. You are the CEO of your love life, and these men are the interns, and we need to start acting like it. We are not here for the ride. We're here to control the pace and the emotional depth of your relationships. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Amber White. I am a dating coach for Black and brown women, and I'm here to help you date differently for a different result. Now, let's talk about why you might be going with the flow in dating. Well, if you're like many women, you are raised to be a daughter and not a woman. What do I mean by that? I mean that you're raised to obey, to listen and follow directions, and to not speak out or speak up. And this is especially true if you're a Black or brown woman, because we're not raised with any boundaries. We can't even say no to our parents. Why is this important? Because that's what you're going to do in your relationship, girl. You have to date differently. So what does this mean? I'm going to give you some tea on some timelines that I want you to implement in your dating life so that you don't go with the flow, that you set the pace of your relationships. All right, let's get into it. Now, if a guy's not asking you out within 1 week of the app or when you exchange numbers, drop him. If within 2 to 3 months you are not exclusive with the guy or you bring it up and he's not ready, drop him. In 2 years, if you are not married or engaged, probability tells me, because the probability of you actually getting married to a guy after 2 years goes from 50% to 17%, that he's not ready, you probably need to drop him or at least seriously consider it. Now, I'm giving you all of this tea so that you know how to manage your love life instead of letting it manage you. Because at the end of the day, it's 2023 and you have full control of your love life. I hope this helps you as you navigate your dating
All
life.
right.
All right. So
What do you think about that?
man, I was with on the first two. The first two was spot on.
Spot on.
We exchanged numbers.
Uh huh.
Instagram, Facebook, whatever. However we doing this. If I'm not trying to ask you out within that week's time, I'm probably not gonna ask you out at all.
So what if you ask the lady out
Okay.
within a week's time and she says she can't right now? Does that apply to her too? You drop her too?
No. Well, no, because I asked. So the man is in control of that. She might have something she had to do. I ran into somebody. That'd be a long. That's okay. We won't even do that. But so now he follows up. Hey, or at that conversation then. Hey, so when will you be free? Oh, my schedule looking like next week at this time right here. Cool. So so he did that.
Okay.
The second one was
2 to 3 months.
2 or 3 months,
should be
man.
exclusive.
You should be exclusive.
Yep.
Man, we kicking it, hanging out every day, spending time together. You at my place, I'm at your place.
He said
I
between
need
2 to 3 months.
I
if
need
you're
to be
not-
letting you know that, hey, this is what we doing. We are exclusive. This is me and you. 2 years?
2 years. He said married or engaged at that 2 year mark.
Man, that's a good spread. I'm gonna tell you why. Because 2 years, you are so emotionally tied to this person now
Right.
for 2 years.
Right. It really wouldn't matter if they impose you or not.
That's, man, you if they didn't do it, you gonna give them another 2. You gonna give them another 3.
Because you don't put that time
You done put
in,
that time
nah.
in.
And you love that person.
And you
And
love that
you
person.
love that
And
person.
so now you got to make a decision whether do you want marriage or just a partnership at that point.
Yeah. I think you like.
Especially at this age.
I think that at
I
this
think
age.
at this age.
At this age, you like. I just want to go with the flow.
Yep.
If he give me a ring,
Yep.
then I'm cool with
But-
it. But if he doesn't, I'm cool with it.
And here's another nugget for women. And I'm sorry, brother. I'm just gonna throw it out there because we got to stop doing certain shit. If a man is talking to a woman and he's telling you in the beginning that he wants to get married, then that is, and you need to ask him, do you think that I'm someone that you would marry? Because I didn't tell you I was gonna marry you. I said I want to get. You asked me tonight. You said, do you still want to get married? Yes. I don't know who that is. Who am I marrying?
But you know you want to be married.
But I know I
Right.
want to be married. So if I was dating Tanya, if she was sitting here and Tanya said, do you want to get married? I'm like, yeah, I want to get married. I want to be married. After a certain amount of time of us kicking it, she need to ask, do you think that I'm a woman that you would like to marry? I got to let her know that. Like, yeah.
But should she have to ask you?
Yes, because you need to know that. Because what you going to assume other than that I just want to be married? I didn't ever did say to you.
But as time progresses on,
Okay.
we still hanging out.
and we
still-
think, hey, the action is going to be there, Derek. The conversation is going to happen.
That's the fantasy.
The conversation is going to happen. If you're
It
spending
should
all that
happen.
time, if you're spending all that time with that person,
Okay. How many women do you know?
because if your actions ain't showing it, you ain't showing up, you busy and all that, you ain't got to ask the
how many-
question. It's already there. That
how many
it's not happening.
how many women have been in that position? He said that he wanted to get married, and I don't know, girl, I don't know why he ain't proposed to me yet. Because you never did ask him, could he see himself marrying
What
you?
about the men that bought the ring but still hadn't proposed?
They on the fence.
Man, they on the fence. Cause you don't buy a ring and not propose. I have bought rings and not proposed. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there was some things there. Like I was like, if we don't correct these, if these things don't get corrected, I cannot put a ring on this woman's finger. And they didn't. So men that are holding on to rings, and women shouldn't even know he got the ring, but if he just happened to tell her after the shit was over with, like, hey, you know what? I had your ring. He should show that mother to her and show her that she fucked up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's just being real.
Because you can't go through with it if you know.
So it goes back to that video. In the video, the guy said you should ask him, "Where are we?"
Yes. Well, you need to know, because I've heard women say, I thought we were exclusive. That's what you get for thinking. Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups. You can't assume nothing. So you have to be like, hey, what are we? That used to be a question that would happen so much back in the days when we were younger. Women would ask you after having sex, so what are we doing? Now you don't even get that no more. You don't even get now it's just
you be
like,
scared to ask.
You know what? Now it's like, okay, to close out, we had sex. It's like, is she gonna ask that? Ooh, thank you, God. Cool.
Wow.
That means I can keep going doing what I'm doing, because she didn't say
But how many men are going to be truthful in that? Because you get a lot of that too.
Okay.
Baby, yes, I'm seeing us in the future. We're going to be a family. All of this. Y'all know that be happening.
I think.
But then it should start manifesting.
Okay, so 6 months.
How long?
6 months. 6 months. Because now we're exclusive in 2 to 3 months. That 3 to 6, hey, here, look, I'm putting a ring in your finger. The rest of the time, we still getting to know each other, and we're figuring everything out, planning the wedding. That may be another 6 months
to a year,
maybe a year and a half. Depends on how big we want the wedding to be.
How much it costs?
How much it costs?
How much it costs?
But guess what you got? You got a ring on your finger. Now, here's the thing, because a lot of women are engagement queens. Be like, well, I was engaged and I didn't get married.
Yep.
I didn't get married.
Engagement
a lot of
queens.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Engagement queen.
I'm gonna tell you something.
You
I'm gonna tell you
Munch
something.
it.
I'm gonna tell you. and the reason why
Preach, munch it.
and no, but just ask him. The reason why didn't he marry you? I called it off. Just give him a ring back. No, I kept that. That was mine. So,
Lord of the Rings.
and that's right. So the man have been did what he's supposed to do. See, that's how you know you got you a real man. He gonna go ahead and go and put the ring on the finger and tell you all this. Give me some time. I see myself doing it in about a year. I was talking to a lady the other day, and she was telling me about this guy that he's going through a divorce or whatever, but we're not gonna get too deep into that. And I said, you're gonna have to give that man some time. Like, he's not just gonna go from you
And
to
get married all over again.
to
right
a man,
quick.
and you can't even kind of put that kind of pressure on him. I don't care how long y'all been fooling around with each other. So, and he told her that. He said, I'm gonna need some time. You got to stop listening to what people say and watch what people do.
I tell people
That's
all the
why
time.
I said action.
Action speak louder than words.
I said
That's it.
action.
Man, you can tell a person you love them all day if they don't. If you don't show
Oh,
them.
I want to get married. Okay, where the ring?
Yeah.
Where the ring?
You can say you want a job all day until you go punch somebody clock. You ain't working.
You can go to apply for a job.
Yep.
They can call you back and you be like, oh, wrong number.
I had
Yeah.
something to happen to someone. They were going through a divorce, kind of like the similar same situation. And then he turned around and told her, I'm going to go back home, man, work it out.
I've seen that too. Yeah, I've seen that too, man. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, because I really tried to give you an opportunity and a chance, and you had me on the fence.
Said
of
it
leaving.
came out the blue, but it had to be something.
No,
I don't
you had
know.
me on the fence, getting ready to leave my wife because you was putting on a show, and you had me thinking that this is who you really were. And then one moment
I'm with you.
came, and you showed me that you are not who you are, an imposter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going back to I rather deal with my failed marriage that I can try to repair
Right.
than to leave my wife and get into another shithole
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
That's what happened. That's what happened. I'm sorry. That's what happened.
That's what happened. Yeah.
Because it's kind of like I tell people I use the analogy with cars, right? I love cars.
Mm-hmm.
Aston Martin, and you buy the Aston Martin, and then you like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have it for 5 or 6 years. Let me jump on this Ferrari, California. Now, I'm in the process of leaving my Aston Martin for something that I see to be a better car. And when I get over there, I talk to the dealer and everything. He's like, yeah, we can get you in today, Mr. Richardson, and everything be cool. You like, okay, I'm going to put down a down payment. And then you come back the next day and they say, hey, we looked at some things. We're going to need another $15,000. You just pushed me. You showed me that you, no, I'd rather take this $15,000 and put it into this Aston Martin that needs some tires and an oil change versus leaving a good car that need a few repairs in the garage for the sake of getting a car that's going to have me in over my head.
Yeah.
And that's all it is to it.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it. Something that she did that opened that man's eyes and said, I'd rather just go home and go through marriage counseling. Baby, I'm sorry. Let's work it out.
And now that's another thing I was saying about how serious it is for a man to put a ring on a woman's finger, because when a man goes out and spends his hard-earned money, he's not going to walk away from that relationship unless it's something just goddamn terrible.
That's a good point, too.
It's got to be something terrible.
Because I'm going to tell you, like, as for me and my experience with buying a ring, right? You go to multiple stores.
Right.
You look at multiple
You take
diamonds.
her with you.
Yeah, you take her with you and let her look around and say what kind of cut you want, 6 months in advance and stuff. She's like, I like this right here and everything.
Women
So
holding on.
you
Hold
know.
on, let me say this right here. And hold your thought. Women holding on to men for a year, 2 years, and he ain't even took you ring shopping.
No,
He don't even know what kind of.
never did take.
He don't even know what stone you like.
Right.
Go,
Yeah.
Continue on.
Right, because you need to know what kind of stone she likes and what size, because not all women
And
want.
all of that, not to cut you off, all of that is language. Because I know when Will and I went, I was just like, okay, we in here in this ring store, and we looking around like, I don't know when it's
I
coming.
don't know no man that play like that.
But,
He play
it's
like
coming,
that.
but if he play like that,
Man,
man,
he need to get his head
But I had you
chopped
though,
off.
but you were happy though, weren't you? You
I was
happy.
happy inside because I said, I don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. I don't know. And it didn't happen that month or the next month, but I just said, it's coming. It's got to be, because why would you just bring me in a place like
Man,
that? I
men
didn't
don't
ask you
do
to
that.
bring me in
Not
here.
real men don't do that.
Men, I don't know. I don't have any friends, guy friends that said I took a woman ring shop, but I ain't gonna marry her ass, all right?
Why you waste time on that?
I ain't never met a guy that did no stuff
Could
like
have took her
that.
to the movies or something
Yeah,
like that, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But then you got to, go through that process. And then, you know what I'm saying, the rule is you're supposed to spend, 3 times your paycheck to get a ring there. So they had to ship this ring in from the planet Pluto for me.
Right.
They said, Mr. Rich, we don't carry a ring like that. I said, well, go find me one. She said, it'll be a minute. It'll be a minute. It'll be a minute. But no, then I had the ring and everything, and I was happy, and I showed up. Now, here's the second thing that you got to understand. Some of me is traditional, you know what I'm saying, old school. So then I had to talk to her father.
Right.
You got to do that.
Correct.
So then I said,
Correct.
hey, Mr. Thompson, do you want to go get some beers and drink some drinks and watch TV or something at the bar? He's like, yeah, it's cool, we can do that. Trying to get to know you better. And then we talked for a little bit. I said, hey, the reason why I brought you out
Right.
Yep.
is because I want to ask you for your
That's the right thing.
daughter's hand in marriage.
Yeah. That's
He
the
was
right
like, oh man, yeah, man, you good and everything. I said, I got the ring right here and everything.
want to show him the ring and everything.
And then I took her to Paris
Right. Yeah.
and all that. Nobody doing all that to have a failed relationship.
Fair
Relationship.
relationship.
That's
The
true.
investment.
The investment of it all.
The investment of it all. That's why it's important to get that out the way within the first 6 months. If y'all grooving and
So
y'all
what you
gelling-
saying is, Will, for the women out there, if that guy is interested in you in that way, anywhere from 6 months to a year,
I get 6 months to a year.
to a year. Let's just be
fair.
realistic.
I'm gonna stretch it. 6 months to a
But
year.
at that year mark,
It hurts to stretch it.
at that 6 month to a year mark, it should be some ring shopping going on.
At our age bracket.
At our,
At
age,
our
bracket.
age
Just at our age bracket.
Right.
And it should be, let me get with your
If you-
dad and let me rub elbows and say, hey, man, I really want to marry her. I'm letting you know this is what I got going on right
Because
here.
I can't respect the man that my daughter comes home and says, Dad, look, I got proposed to.
Yeah.
And we ain't
Yeah,
had
no,
talk.
We ain't
no.
talk.
You know.
You
And
know-
you want my money to pay for the wedding. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a older podcast, older like
Yeah, this
generation
old.
podcast. But we're gonna talk about the generation that came behind the millennials and the ones that's coming up now.
Yeah.
Man, they ain't even talking about stuff like this.
No.
Yeah, our children don't want to be married.
No.
Yeah, they ain't even talking about stuff like this.
No,
We
our
talk
children
to our
don't wanna be
boys, and they was like, they don't make them like,
Yeah.
nah, they
Nah,
ain't,
they ain't doing that.
it's too much going on, mama, now.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm
That's
gonna
sad.
tell you why. We figured it out while we were in Nashville. We cracked the code. It's social media. So like, you know what I'm saying,
Goes
especially the
Goes
young
back to
people.
social media.
Young people believe that, there's a guy out here that's got 15 diamond chains on, and he got a Ferrari, and he got red bottoms, and he got Gucci all in the closet, and he got a compound with a pool in the backyard, and he can buy me Birkin bags and Gucci bags and Louis bags at the age of 19. So she lived in a fantasy. 25-year-old lived in a fantasy. 30-year-old lived in a fantasy. And what happens is you looking for that situation,
Right.
and that situation is not there. So guys are like disconnected because, when I came to you with just a T-shirt on and some jeans and some Vans, you didn't holler at me. But I was in college and I was working on something,
Right.
and we could have made something happen.
then-
but nobody wants to go through the process.
And
No.
then the music dumb too. I love Glorilla. She from Memphis.
Shout out to Gloria.
Yeah, but she got a song out. I can't think of the name of it, but if it come in, I ain't got a nigga and a nigga ain't got me. Then the next line is, if that's your nigga, then why he sitting over here with me?
Yeah.
Thought you said you ain't had no nigga and the nigga ain't got you. How the hell you gonna tell her that if that's your nigga, then why he over here with me?
Oh,
This
man.
shit don't even make sense.
Right.
Yep.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
I listened to it because it's from Memphis, but I'm like,
Yeah.
the first line was dumb. I ain't got a nigga and a nigga ain't got me. If that's your nigga, then why he over here with me?
One nigga turned to two
Two
niggas.
niggas, I'm telling you.
And two niggas bring three.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
Man. So that
crazy.
generation there is totally lost it. But we, as our age group and older, and even the younger 30-year-olds, we gotta help these 20s and ones coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna
because
tell you what's
Leading by
happening.
example,
Leading by
for sure.
example. Yeah.
Will and I were having dinner, and we were sitting there, and that's what led us to the conversation about the music and younger women at that, looking at certain things and want to be in certain rooms, and you want to drink this, and you want to go shopping, and you want to do all these things. And we're sitting in there, and in walks this couple, older Caucasian gentleman, young black girl, had to be about 27
Maybe. Yeah.
at
maybe.
best, 28. Homeboy's like 60.
60.
We sit down. He sat down. They sat down at the bar right next to us, and Will sitting next to me, so he doesn't see it. The young lady is here. The gentleman is there. He's groping her, straight groping, all down everywhere, the whole shebang. And I turned to Will. I was just like, man, he groping this lady. But
Soft porn.
man, and she felt uncomfortable because she just moved around in her. She was squirming in her seat,
You wanted the free drinks
but
in the
she
meal.
wanted the.
You wanted the free drinks in the meal. That come with a
I
ticket.
just said.
Sleazy, man.
It
It
is
was
sleazy, but
bad.
Damn, you got to stop chasing the bag.
You gotta stop
Chasing
doing
the
it.
bag. I'm gonna tell y'all
And
something.
it goes back
Y'all-
to that dream. Like nobody wants to look at
I'm gonna tell you
what
how
the
much.
end goal is. What's the game plan?
I'm gonna tell you how much men. For me, I'm into reality, and I'm finna get off here.
Yeah.
Y'all be talking about Birkin bags. I be like, I ain't never seen one.
I've seen one.
I have never seen. I don't even. What the fuck do you buy a Birkin bag at?
Las Vegas, Hollywood.
Okay.
Um,
I don't.
New York.
I don't know nobody that got one.
no.
Know what I'm saying?
No.
So
I'm gonna tell you how crazy it is. Women get Birkin bags confused with Brahmin bags.
man, they're two different
No,
things.
no, they don't get that confused. Ooh, that
I'm
that
thinking-
Brahmin is that snake
Man,
skin. You see that bag a mile away.
I'm trying to. No, I'm trying to give people
No,
It's not a Brahmin bag. It's a Birkin bag.
Birkin bag.
Man, I don't even.
Not the Brahmin.
You know why?
Birkin bag cost you starting out 45, 60,000.
See what I'm saying? So me being mature, I know that I don't. That's out of my lane.
Right.
I ain't even looking. At
I'm
that.
not gonna buy. I just don't. I just
No,
don't.
I'm
I
not
don't.
spending my
I
money
wouldn't.
on
I wouldn't.
that.
I mean, I wouldn't
I'm
buy
not spending
Tanya.
my
I
money on
wouldn't.
that.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy
I
Tanya
ain't
45
No.
because it brings about. So you got to look at things from a different perspective as you get older. Your mindset. It brings about unwarranted attention.
Yeah.
When you have things like that, you know what I'm saying. Nothing wrong with having the bag like that in your catalog if you're gonna bring it out for a gala where everybody in the room
Gonna have one.
gonna have one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But you're not going anywhere. Not in this season, where you're
Not
gonna
in Memphis,
find,
Tennessee.
Not in
where you're
Memphis
gonna
at
find
all.
2 or 3 women that's got Birkin bags. You know what I'm saying?
There's
So
some here that got them, but
Yeah.
you ain't. You yeah.
yeah, maybe.
right.
So anyway, we could talk about that next week. Perception,
Perception.
Yeah.
but perception is reality. A person's reality, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
And I want to go back
Go
to
ahead.
on next week. I want to touch on what the gentleman was saying at first, the fact that women are taught to not say anything and not
like
tell
that
your
too.
I want to touch on that because I think that has a lot to do
Yeah.
with the way that
Yeah.
women date.
I like that too. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
hey
definitely.
y'all, this is some good stuff we did today, and I appreciate you, Munchie, for being on the
Oh,
show
thank you.
again.
No problem.
We got to get some
Anytime.
things going. We've been ready to go celebrate Commissioner Brittany Thornton's birthday, 35-year birthday.
Happy birthday,
At the
Brittany.
Easy. And we got to go to my good friend and mentor, State Representative Antonio Parkinson's fundraiser. He running for state representative again. He got somebody in the race that's running against him, so we got to raise some
Make sure
money.
y'all vote.
Yeah.
Make sure
And
y'all
if
vote.
this situation don't work, then we're gonna do an episode of the best bachelor, and you're gonna be the best bachelor. We're gonna get 10 women.
I think you're the
and
most
we gonna
eligible
knock them
bachelor in
down.
Memphis, man.
We gonna knock them down. We gonna do it Memphis style. We gonna come out.
I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we're gonna line you up 10 women, man, and have
Yeah,
them.
we gotta do something.
Yeah, we'll
I
see.
like that concept.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Peace. This has been another edition.
That's Law Podcast.
See ya.
This is the Spotlight Podcast Network.